So you're running Dimension 20's A Crown of Candy, because you should be. But the first big question you're going to have to answer is, how much are you going to limit your players? Because the show limits them quite a bit. Classes that could usually heal, like Liam's Ranger, were not allowed to take healing spells. They were all variant humans, and for, replicating the season, they are just the classes that they are. So you got to figure out how much you're going to restrict that. What I did for classes is I didn't really care. I was going to let people do what they wanted, so I had little cards that on the front had the character's name and kind of described what they were and what they did. And then on the back, if people wanted to look at it, I had like suggested classes, and that was usually just what they were in the show, what they ended up multi-classing into, or what is kind of like adjacent. So they didn't even have to look at those if they didn't want to. Some people just went totally off what they wanted to do on their own, and I was totally fine with that. In terms of healing, I was not as strict as the show was. I didn't allow resurrection magic, but we ended up with a Divine Soul Sorcerer and a Paladin, and I let both of them heal other people. And for species, I didn't want to lock everyone into Variant Human, so I just let them pick whatever species they wanted, and we said that we'd attribute whatever traits that they got to the type of candy they were, and make it make sense. So my table only had 5 people, and nobody chose Liam's character, so we ended up with Theobald Gumbar, a Goliath Rune Knight Fighter Monk multiclass, Amathar Rocks, a Kenku Glory Paladin Champion Fighter multiclass, Lepan, a Harangon Great Old One Patron Warlock, and my 2 twin characters wanted to flip the personality and ages, so the one that acted a little more like Ruby was actually the older sister and was there for the throne, and the one that acted a little more like Jet, martial focused, was the younger brother, and the older sister was named Kit Kat, and the younger brother was named Crunch. Kit Kat was a Yuan-Ti Divine Soul Sorcerer, and Crunch was a variant human Zealot Barbarian Fighter multiclass, so it was a lot of fun.